Blessings, sacred sovereign soul, and welcome, welcome, welcome. I am Lady Drasmin, and this week I felt guided to channel a message from the ancestors for you at this time. This is a timeless reading, so whenever this message finds you is exactly perfectly aligned for you. We have three options to choose from: option 1, option 2, and option 3. If this is your first time, welcome. I am Lady Drasmin. All the ways to contact me, to book personal readings, sessions, courses, guides, alchemy tools, shamanic drums, and more is in the description box below. If you are returning to my channel, welcome back. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for your continued love, presence, and support. Thank you, everyone, for your likes, your comments, your shares, your subscribes, your monetary donations. It helps me out much more than you know. And I'm so deeply grateful for your continued presence and support that allows me to continue to show up and bring to you these weekly pick a card readings. Okay, so we're going to look at the message from the ancestors. I pulled a card pre-shuffled from the Shaman's Oracle, and then I'm going to pull tarot to bring further clarity for the messages that wish to come through. So for group number 1, are you ready? Group number 1, we have the Dancer of Fear. Okay, we have the Dancer of Fear. Now, the Dancer of Fear is a card that is asking you to look at what illusions are blocking you from taking that leap of faith forward. What belief systems that you have been programmed with from society, from perhaps potentially some family members, from just, your friendships groups, or even from your own experiences where you didn't have the outcome that you hoped for. What experiences have created this illusion that is making you fearful of moving forward in your life with whatever it might be? First card we have is the Two of Swords. Yes, this further confirms that you are blinded by your own fears. The Two of Swords is a card of making decisions, but it's also an element of being bound, being just kind of like holding yourself back, being caught in overthinking, in overanalyzing, getting over analysis paralysis. So it's like you're almost paralyzed by overthinking about something. It's like you've written your to-do list and your pros and cons list, and you're hyper focused on the cons. You're hyper focused on the things that you do not have. You're hyper focused on the how rather than your why. And so your invitation is to, oh, look at that. That card just flew out. Hold on. Oh, Five of Cups just came out, just flew out. Okay, so your invitation is to really look at where you are at the standstill, because 5 is the number of pause, of reevaluation, and it's almost like you've reached a point where you're like, you're like this close to making a decision, and then your feelings and your thoughts get in the way, and you kind of drown in your emotions of the past situations where it didn't work out. And this could also, this is a message from your ancestors, so this could also be situations in your ancestors' lives, in your past lives, that did not give a favorable outcome. Perhaps you were persecuted for speaking your truth. Perhaps you were outcast, right? And these old trauma memories that are still in your bloodstream that haven't been fully cleared out are creating this emotional imbalance that is keeping you at this number 5. So let's shift the energy. Let's shift the energy and crack through these illusions and come back into a state of peace and empowerment. One message, please. Okay, look at that. We get the Hierophant. Okay, we go from the 5 of Cups to the Major Arcana 5. So the guidance is to really create some structures for yourself, create some routines for yourself that you can anchor into stability in. It's like your internal world is in such chaos right now, and your absence of stability in the external world is further feeding that chaos that internally, because there's no no outlet. There's no safe, consistent outlet. The Hierophant is the energy of, in relation to this reading, the energy of structure, of discipline, of, having those scheduled times where you're eating. Okay, if you're not eating consistently at the same time every day, your body will think that you are starving it. And so it triggers old famine wounds. Okay, this is actual signs. So that's why it's really important. And that's why, when babies are born and parents, those parents go to those classes, they are taught, to make sure that the baby is eating at a regular time. They really, I mean, I'm a birth doula. I'm a full spectrum doula. So this is, these are talks that I've had with, first time and returning parents of like, it's really important to create those routines and habits for the baby when they're young, because the first 7 years of life, their brains are really malleable and they absorb and develop based on what they are taught. And so, perhaps as a child, you didn't have a whole lot of discipline and structure. You kind of were fed whenever your parents were around for whatever reason. There's no shaming here. But right now, as an adult, you're being asked to step into that divine father role, because the Hierophant in its traditional meaning is the divine father, is the one who comes in and create and holds that container. The emperor is the masculine energy that creates the container. And then the Hierophant is the energy that holds the container. So you're being asked to really perhaps look into some father wounds that haven't been resolved, whether for yourself or for your ancestors, and look at where there has been an absent father, because an absent father is an absence of discipline and structure. On the reverse, in some rare cases, it could be a domineering father. That's like a very small percentage of you. And so there's a fear of creating routine and structure because there's a fear of becoming that domineering personality that wasn't fun to be around, right? Ruling with fear is not a way of love, right? So again, these are old wounds that are coming up, that are being asked to be looked at, and you are the adult now. So you have this opportunity to create and write a new story for yourself, where you can create routines and habits that really work with you and your best body flow, right? Like if you're not a person who wakes up at 6 a.m. and you naturally wake up at 8 a.m. and you have work that allows you to wake up at 8 a.m., so wake up at 8 a.m. and, have your breakfast by 9 a.m. If you're a being who wakes up naturally at 5 a.m. and you want to have your breakfast by 6 a.m., then go ahead and do that, right? If you're a being who wakes up naturally at 11 a.m. and your first meal is at noon, then do that, right? But the key is to develop consistency with your routines and habits, especially when it comes to your food and your rest, because those are your basic needs that will then support you with your emotional processing and your mental processing. Like if your body is not nourished, hydrated, and well rested consistently, and it takes at least 21 days to anchor a new habit and pattern, right? So you got to be gentle with yourself, set your alarms, notice that discomfort that's arising within you. Those are your growing edges, okay? That resistance is your growing edges. And create those routines and structures that will really help you just create safety for your body to just exist, okay? Yeah, Six of Pentacles is about balance, okay? Balancing your work time, your play time, your prayer time, your time with friends, your time with your creativity. We all get 24 hours a day. Pentacles is about the tangible, the earth matters, what you can touch, what you can see, what you can taste, what you can hold, even what you can feel. But the Six of Pentacles is saying, it's time to come back into greater balance within yourself, because that imbalance within you is making these fears larger. Look at that, King of Swords. And as you come into this greater balance within yourself, then that mental clarity is going to come through. That's going to help you cut through the fear and recognize that these are old stories that are not based in the current now, that are not based in your present truth, right? At one point, it was absolutely valid to feel afraid for your life, or, have this fear around certain situations and certain energies, but those are not true anymore. Okay, so it's important to recognize that all of you is valid, yet it may no longer be serving a purpose. And the more you create, you anchor balance in your daily routines and habits, then you'll come into that clarity of mind, and you'll easily be able to wash off all of those distortions and illusions and come into a place of empowered sovereignty. Okay, so that is the message that I have for you from your ancestors, group one. Thank you so much for being here. If these messages resonate, go ahead and hit that like button or comment down below and let me know how this message has supported you today. Take care of your beautiful selves, and I will see you in another time. Ooh. Okay, welcome to your reading, group two. If you chose group two, this is your reading. You get Shaman of Purification. Okay, so the first message that I got right now is you are going through a huge, you're going through a big solar clearing. You're going through an upgrade right now. And the second thing I heard was you really need to declutter. Okay, like declutter your house, declutter your social media, declutter your contact list, declutter your emails. Okay, like I just got a flash. Some of you have like over 3,000 unread emails from spam or from newsletters that you signed up for that you're just like, you're really interested in, but now you're super overwhelmed. So you're just being asked to hit that unsubscribe button and whittle it down to like one, maybe up to 3 newsletters that you really jive with. Hopefully mine is one of them. And really just like clear the slate, okay? Because you are shedding a lot internally, and your external environment really needs to support that right now. And it's going to make the process a lot easier for you to recalibrate. Okay, first message is the Three of Pentacles in reverse. Yeah, there's a little bit of imbalance within your mind, heart, body that is asking for a restoration right now. And that's what's being purified, right? Like that imbalance is being purified right now. There's the symbol of Libra on this card, which is further affirming. There's a symbol of oh my God. I guess it's not wanting to come through. Oh, okay. Hold on. I just see, like, this is like, even doing this reading, like my words aren't coming through. Okay, hold on. Clear this energy. Okay, there we go. Yeah, so like just now, I just suddenly lost my words. And so that might be what's happening for you right now. It's like you're just like feeling a little frazzled, feeling a little fractured, feeling like you just can't seem to keep up with everything that's going on. Because what's happening is like you're going through this deep reset within your consciousness, and you really need to give yourself the time and space to do that, to come back into balance with your mind, heart, and body. Because one, two, or all 3 aspects of your being are being cleansed and purified right now by the divine, by the utmost high, so that you can come into your 10 of Cups, right? 10 of Cups is about your wishes fulfilled. It's like you are being cleansed, you are being prepared for this next stage of your life that is really going to bring you emotional fulfillment and happiness, but you really need to work on your physical environment right now. Pentacles is about the physical. You need to work on stabilizing your gosh, see, these words are like so difficult. You just need to work on stabilizing your inner temple by making sure that there's as little chaos as you can control in your external environment. Okay, put your kids to a babysitter or on a play date. Look at that 8 of 8. The number 8 comes out. As I said, that you have the strength and the ability to delegate certain things in your life. Okay, it's not It's not long term, okay? Maybe the kids just need to go to grandma's for a couple of days so that you can just, take some time to fucking rest and clean the house. And, if your kids are little, they can't help out. But if they're older, get your kids to help out. Like, you are their parent first and their friend later, okay? There's like this misconception in today's world that parents need to be friends with their children, and that's really beautiful, okay? But like, your primary and first responsibility to your children is to be their parent, okay? And if you don't have children, then you're being asked to be that parent for yourself, okay? Be that parent for yourself right now, and like, put that little child inside you, that teenager inside of you, in timeout, okay? Like, okay, no, we got to go do the fucking dishes, we got to go take the trash out. Okay, we need to sit down and do some journaling right now. We need to cancel the plans, the party plans that we have, and just make time to breathe out, to journal, to meditate, to take care of the garden, whatever it is that you need to do to restore this balance in your physical environment, so that you can then go into this wish fulfillment that's waiting for you, and you have that strength within you, okay? The 8 is the card of strength, inner strength, okay? So you have that inner strength within you to make those effective changes for your overall well-being. The next card we have is the 7 of Cups, okay? You have a lot of dreams, you have a lot of desires, you have a lot of things that you want to accomplish, and sometimes you get a little bit caught up in your feelings. I'm seeing for you, group 2, you get a little caught up in the daydreams, you get a little caught up in the fantasy. And so you're being asked to really come back into reality right now. Okay. Your ancestors are saying, like, yes, we see your dreams. They're beautiful. They're powerful. You can absolutely create them, because we have that 10 of Cups here, but you need to be in the present moment right now more than anything else. Look, the Lover's card, number 6. Okay. You need to come back into this love and compassion for yourself right now. You need to balance your duality right now. You need to recognize that it's not all fun and games. It's not all daydreaming. It's not all just fantasizing. You also have to put in effective action. And if you have these big dreams, then you might be feeling a little overwhelmed with, like, oh, how is it going to happen? Where am I going to get the money? Who's going to help me if I go back to school? Who's going to take care of the kids? Or, like, if I have kids, and you're single, like, who's going to want me because I have children? Like, all of these thoughts are being purified out of you right now. And your ancestors are here to support with this purification. Okay. The shaman element in this archetype is the archetype of the elders. So your elders are here. Your ancestors are here. They're showing up in signs. They're showing up in your dreams. They're showing up in, miscellaneous experiences that you have that only you know about. For me, I know that my grandmother is around whenever I see a white butterfly. I mean, I've seen a white butterfly in the dead of winter. Okay. So you'll know, like, you know those signs that show you, like, your ancestors are close by, your special grandmother or your special grandfather or your great aunt or whatever. It doesn't really matter, right? But they're here to remind you that you have that inner courage and strength to really come into this greater love and compassion for yourself, to put yourself first. Okay, that's what I'm hearing. You need to put yourself first right now. This is very, very, very important. Okay, your kids, yes, they rely on you, but if you're not 100%, then that's the example they're seeing, and they get to learn that it's okay to not put yourself first. And that's not what you want to be teaching your children. You want to be teaching your children how to love themselves 100%, how to give from their overflowing cup, that it's okay to say no, that it's okay to not know, that it's okay to delegate, that it's okay to take time for rest. Okay, because there's a little bit of restructuring that needs to happen in your physical world, and you need to really work on just stabilizing your physical environment right now, and look at these beautiful dreams that you have, and just work on one, no more than 3 things at a time. One of the powers of being on the ADHD, attention dialed into a higher dimension, is that you have this capacity to be quote unquote multitasking, but there's really no such thing as multitasking. You are alter tasking. Okay, like, you go from one task to another. And I am on the fringes of the ADHD. So something that helps me is I have different kinds of work desks. Like, I have this desk just for tarot readings, so that when I feel inspired, I can come and record a reading and I'm good. And then I have another desk for my computer and my writing. And then I have another desk for my, like, creativity and writing. It's not here right now because I'm moving and I just sold it. But the point is, you have different workstations for your different creative projects. Okay. If this is just an example, but, like, the point is, like, create those physical create that physical environment that really supports you to live your best life, not what other people are expecting, but what you know what that is. And you know what that is because you've thought a lot about it, right? You have these beautiful dreams. Okay, maybe you like to do pottery, and then you also like to bend wire, and then you also like to garden. Okay, so allow yourself to pivot. I took this master coaching class last year, and one of the teachings that really changed my life was like, allow yourself to pivot. If you're working on a task like really intensely for like 20 minutes, and then like after 20 minutes you're like, I've lost my steam, don't sit there and beat yourself up about it and go back into this mindset of escapism, because that's creating imbalance. Okay, instead of escaping into the defeat, transition into something else. Okay, go do something else for 10-15 minutes, and then you'll come back, be like, oh my gosh, that was fucking awesome, now I'm inspired to do this again, right? You have to work with your strengths, and so you're being purified of this belief system that you have to function and operate a certain way, when that's not true. Okay, this is what the Lover's card is about. The Lover's card is about embracing your duality and seeing that you are both. Okay, you are both chaos and order, and it's a matter of you acting upon your free will of how you choose to engage those energies. Okay, so those are the messages that I have for you from your ancestors group 2. Thank you so much for being here. If these messages resonate with you, I would appreciate if you hit that like or button or comment down below. I love hearing from you. And until we meet again, thank you so much for being here. Take care of your beautiful selves. All right, group 3. If you chose pile number 3, this is your reading. And you get spirit of empowerment. Okay. Oh, I love this for you, group 3. The message that I'm getting from your ancestors is right now you are being fueled. King of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. Okay. I just saw that and I just felt guided to share that with you. We'll see if it comes out in your readings. But the spirit empowerment is here to say, like, your ancestors are giving you the green light, go for whatever it is that you have been thinking about taking action towards, whether it's a job, whether it's a relationship, whether it's a friendship, whether it's a move, whether it's a combination. The spirit of empowerment is a sign from your ancestors that yes, now is the time to take that leap of faith. It's okay if you don't have all the answers. It's okay if you don't have all the clarity, but if you're feeling guided to do something, go ahead and do it. Okay, an example is perhaps you're feeling guided to pack, to move, and you're like, well, I don't know where I'm going to be moving to, I don't have the money, or like, I really love my home and I love my garden and I love, this life that I've created for yourself. But you're feeling that intuitive ping of like, it's time to pack. It's time to pack and ready. So like, talk with your ancestors and ask them, like, are you asking me to pack because you're wanting me to move? Or are you asking me to pack because I'm going on an awesome vacation that I don't know about? And that clarity will come, and then you pack accordingly. Okay, that's just an example. Or perhaps you're being guided to, apply for a job that's completely different from your current career. And you're like, this is really confusing because I don't really have a whole lot of skills, but it is something that I'd like to do. Just go ahead and apply for it. Okay, whatever it is that you're feeling guided to do, your ancestors are saying, this is your green light, go, just go for it. Okay. Look at that, King of Cups. Okay, yeah, King of Cups. Your heart is guiding you into something. Okay, your heart is like screaming at you, and you're just allowing the mind and the ego to be the louder voice. And so this is why you found this reading, whenever you found it, as that confirmation of like, okay, mind's got stuff to say, thank you, and I'm just gonna turn down the volume of the mind right now and turn up the volume of the heart and go for what my heart is guiding me to do. Okay, and then the next card is the Four of Wands. Okay, I also find it interesting, this card, that he is standing on the shell. Okay, like he is standing on the hermit crab shell, and for some reason that was really speaking to me and saying like, it's time for you to come out of your shell. Okay, it's time for you to stop being so defensive. Like crabs can be a little, crabby, they can be a little defensive, but he's standing on it. He's holding a heart and a moon on one hand and a cup in the other. Okay, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 stars above him. So it's coming into that emotional balance, coming out of your shell, allowing yourself to be more in touch with your heart-centered truth. And then we have the Four of Wands. Okay, the Four of Wands. Can I get some clarity? Can I get one more card to clarify the message that I'm getting for this Four of Wands, please? Yeah, Three of Swords. Okay. Yeah. So this Four of Wands is saying, this thing that you're feeling divinely guided or, heart activated to take a step into is relating to your home life, to your stability, to your structure. Okay. It is a step that is guiding you into expansion. And yet the Three of Swords here coming out is confirming that, you've experienced some loss, you've experienced some heartache, you've experienced some disappointment in the past that has created this defensiveness, that has created this like hesitation. Okay, it's like it's not even like perhaps a little bit of defensiveness, but I'm picking up more like hesitation. Like the hesitation energy is stronger than defensiveness, but I am sensing a little bit of the defensiveness in there. So please take what resonates, use your discernment. Nevertheless, you have experienced something in the past around your stability, around your foundations, around your sense of autonomy that makes you a little scared to, take this leap of faith. Okay, perhaps you were in a relationship where you quote unquote lost yourself, where you um kind of forgot who you were because you just gave too much into that relationship, because that relationship was manipulative. Whatever reason, it created some scars within you. Then now you are finally like feeling empowered, right? Like you're already feeling empowered, you're already feeling like, yes, I'm finally in a good place with myself. I've healed my heart. It's out in my hands again. I have a cup. I want to pour some love into the world, into a relationship, into a job, into a move, into a passion project, whatever it might be. And I am standing on that old shell, that doesn't really serve, but I'm still just kind of, a little hesitant. And just acknowledge that, those scars are real. Those scars remind us that the past is real. But ultimately, as long as you follow your heart, look at that Eight of Cups, you leave behind the things that they did bring you joy at one time, but now you want more. And that's absolutely okay, right? That's absolutely okay. It is our natural human innate tendency to want more. Okay. Desire is a very natural part of being in the human experience. And now you want more. And so your guidance is to that Eight of Cups is like, okay, it's time to walk away from that which no longer brings you happiness, fulfillment, and joy. And yes, it probably brought you that at some point, but it doesn't anymore. And so now is the time. Look at that, the sun as the final card in your reading. Okay, it's now time to move back into the light, to move into more joy, more happiness, more expansion, more yumminess in your life. Spirit of empowerment and the sun card ending your reading. I mean, that is such a confirmation for you, group 3, that whatever it is that you are feeling heart-led to take action into, again, whether that's a relationship, a job, a move, a community project, a passion project, writing that book, releasing that album, getting engaged to that person, starting a new relationship, whatever it is, your heart is leading the way. And this is going to restore your sense of innocence and trust in life. It's going to reawaken that magic within you, that state of awe and wonder. If you ever look at a child, they're like, wow, life is so cool, and look at these colors, and they just don't really like have any sense of heartache. So it's like, just like taking this leap of faith into this direction that your heart is guiding you is going to restore that sense of almost like falling in love with yourself again, falling in love with life again, falling in love with your dreams, your passions, your goals, whatever it is that you're working through. Okay, falling back in love with the beauty of being alive in this human experience. So group 3, those are the messages that I have for you. Very short, sweet, and simple. I love it. Green light, go. Yes, yes, yes. It's a yes all around for whatever you came into this reading wondering about. Okay. So if these messages resonate with you, I would love and so appreciate if you hit that like button, even put a comment down below. I love hearing from you. Thank you again for being here, for your trust in me as a channel, for receiving this message. Take care of your beautiful selves, and I will see you soon. If you have made it all the way to the end of this reading and you washed all 3 piles, thank you, my dear ones, so much for your presence and support. I send you all love. Remember to hydrate, breathe, breathe, breathe. Nourish your beautiful temples with sunshine, with food, with laughter, with rest, with creativity. And remember that you are love, here to love and here to be loved. Bye for now.